prototype the operation that I'm running right now in the cryptocurrency. So we're going to talk about the overview, my crypto mining operation, and we're going to talk about the equipment, electricity, cooling, infrastructure, mining tools, mining pools, maintenance and operation, all those good stuff, the stages, and then we're going to have introduction about the Texans mining club, and then we're going to have Jordan present his cash coin, and then we're going to have the Q&A. But let's go here. This guy, his name is Ron. This guy is an ex-US Navy. He has money. He has like a good website that he built, blockoperations.com. So what he did, he built a warehouse. He rented a warehouse where he hosts all his ASIC miners as well as GPU miners in one single space in his warehouse. So he invested money, but this is the word of wisdom that I'm gonna get. I'm gonna give credit to Ralph for that. Look what he said. He said, operating a crypto mining facility can be profitable. Everybody agrees on this. But you need to treat it like a business. Fine, right or wrong? It has to be a business. You have to have a risk analysis.
If you're trying to make a profit, yeah.
Exactly. SWOT analysis. You have to make sure that the business is feasible. I operate a small crypto mining operation, and there is a lot more that goes into it than just plugging in equipment and letting it run. So this is what the people has in mind. Okay, I'm gonna buy an ASIC miner. I'm just gonna put it in my garage. I'm gonna run it. Hey, I'm gonna have a passive income. Well, guess what? You're gonna somehow hit a wall with that. Exactly what I've done. I put my ASIC equipment inside the garage. And guess what happens? All kinds of problems rise up. So what do we need? We need to share the knowledge, the insight, how you tackle everything, every aspect of the challenges that you may encounter with when you go and build your ASIC mining operation, and how you scale it up. Because the point is about scaling it up. You don't want to make $1 or $2 every day. You want to make a living out of it. That's what we dream of. That's what we dream of. All of us dream of. So, this is the guy. He said, it's easy to set up a single Bitcoin mining device and run it. Scaling it, something that can make a significant amount of money, is a different story. However, so to make a profit, one needs reliable revenue and low cost. Is miner reliable revenue? Anybody? Raise your hand. When you buy your ASIC miner, is it a reliable revenue?
No.
No! That's the answer. Who said that? Yo!
Alright, how many points?
Yo! So you said that. It's not reliable revenue. You cannot make a reliable revenue because that ASIC, it can be obsolete after a month or 2 months. Who's going to share the risk with you? Infrastructure, electricity, renting, all this. So when you distribute this among a team, it's a different story. We're gonna get into that. And then he said low cost. Low cost, yeah. You could go and look at the energy. I want to host it in Alaska, 5 cents per kilowatt hour. Oh no, versus I want to host it in Texas. I'm gonna pay about 14 cents an hour. That's low cost. So he's checking that one out. And the guy is an entrepreneur. He went, he had his own money, he built this mining operation. Unfortunately, he's now having a break of publishing any videos, but I would recommend everybody to go on his site. It's so beautiful, you will love it. And you will get information about Ralph, what he's doing as his operation. This is my operation. Now I'm mining 6 coins. I'm mining Bitcoin, Sia Coin, Litecoin, Decred, Ethereum, and Zcash. Now, the one on the right-hand side are the GPU ones. The one on the left-hand side are the ASICs. Okay? So, 8 times multi-algorithm ASICs. Now, this is the thing. People, they focus on one algorithm, and they say, I want to buy 10, 11, 12, 20, 30 script miners. Don't focus on the Litecoin. Focus on the algorithm. Diverse. in the algorithm. Do not diverse on the coin. Think about, do not diverse in the ASIC. You say, okay, I wanna go and buy this much miners just to mine script. That's not good enough. You have to diverse. Mine script, mine SHA-256, mine Lake 2B, mine Lake 254, R14. So have a multi-algorithm strategy. Do not think about the ASIC as hey, I'm a small guy, I'm gonna focus on Bitcoin. No, that's not enough. It's not gonna make you money. So the whole point is diverse. Diverse in algorithmic way. You will say like, okay, I'm gonna have 3 amp miner with 1 amp miner, all producing SHA-256. I'm gonna consume 1572 watts each per ASIC device. It's okay. But I'm mining, those 2 are mining Bitcoin or Bitcoin Cash, whatever SHA-256 support. Then you have the L3 script. Then you have the A3 Blake 2B. Then you have the B29 Blake 256. Produce a chart of how much wattage you need to operate this in your garage or anywhere. You're into space. So my situation, I spend 1,000 watts.
I got a
I have to make
question.
sure. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm running a Litecoin miner in my apartment, and you're telling me it takes 800 watts to run the Litecoin miner, right? Now, what if I wanted to connect a T9 into my apartment as well? Or switch it off.
It's gonna cost. It's gonna be 1432.
So my apartment can't do 1432?
Apartments usually they have 50 watts, 50 amps.
Okay.
per apartment.
But I'm able to run my 800 watt Litecoin miner.
Yeah, you could run it. You could
But-
run it provided that your 50 amp does not trip. You know, you have a 50 amp. I don't know how much you consume in your apartment. But remember,
yeah.
each apartment has a 50 amp panel. So you have to be sticking with that
Okay.
number. with
So the
that 50 amp.
T9 with 50 amps key can't run the T9 then.
Yeah, you look at it like, for example, I dedicate for the T9 20 amps. Just for the T9, 20 amps. So you want to make sure that you are in the safe side. Because again, you're running it out of the apartment, it's 110 volts, it's not 220. 220 volts consume less amperage. Almost 1/3 or 1/4.
That's what the question I had is like, why can't I run a T9, an L3, and an A3 in my apartment? Why not?
You need the amperage. You
You
need that panel to support that much. Remember, 110, you need more amperage than the 220. If you have a 220, preferably phase 3, you're gonna consume less amperage. Because remember, power is equal I times V. Current times voltage. So you remember one thing, that if I increase the voltage, I'm gonna reduce the power consumption of that device.
Okay.
So if you're operating 110, you're gonna end up consuming that wattage. But if you're operating 220, you're gonna consume less than that. It's gonna be like 1,300, 1,200. You'll
Okay.
consume less wattage because the voltage is high. So now look at this.
And you can on Amazon you can buy these converters. As a European coming from 220 now to 1010, I have some devices that still demand 220, so I could buy for $100 or something. A converter gives me 5,000 watts from 220 down to 110 or up. Is it?
So you're from 110 to 220.
Yeah, does it
Yeah,
have-
but again,
does it
you're
have-
drawing from the board. So the board is gonna get that same wattage, and you're gonna convert it in less, and you're gonna consume less
Alright, it
amps.
doesn't have-
So it's the same thing.
doesn't
So it doesn't really. You have that box. That thing has to have to support it with 220. If you're gonna go and convert the voltages, all what you're doing, you're transferring the load in the transformer, but guess what? You're drawing the same
Right.
amount of current.
Okay, got it.
So this is the whole situation. So I have this situation. Why did I keep to 8 ASIC? My dream to get that room up to 10 because I have GPU miners. I have to mine GPUs as well. I want to mine Ethereum and Zcash. So I have to have GPU miners, GPU rigs. So what I've done, I bought GPUs. So I had 13X, 13 RX 570 GPUs, which is good for Ethereum, excellent for Ethereum. It's good for Ethereum. And NVIDIA 1060 is good for Zcash. So I had 2 rigs for NVIDIA and 1 rig for Ethereum. This is how much power consumption I use. 3,309. Now guess what? Anybody, tell me. Is it worth it to do this, or is it worth it to do that? With the power, I'm talking about the power.
This one.
GPU?
Just depends. You got to diversify. Are you looking for today? Are you going to sell your coins immediately, or are you going to hold and sell in the future?
Yeah, that's the right answer. You're gonna diversify, you have to do it. Yes, you have to do it. Because you're gonna diversify. You need more coins. Because the coins is unpredictable. One coin goes up, one coin goes down. So you need to diverse. But the consumption of power, apparently GPU consumes more power than the ASICs. Number one. Number two, GPU, the good thing about the GPU, you could sell it. You know, at the end of the day, if you used it, you don't like it, you could go and sell it. ASICs cannot sell it. Actually, you could sell it, but it's going to be very cheap. You're going to end up losing money in the ASICs because it's application-specific integrated circuits. That's what ASIC stands for. They build that software inside the hardware. They build the algorithm, the software, and embed it inside a circuit. So it's only good use of it is that algorithm. You cannot do anything else with it except that specific algorithm. GPU, on the other hand, you are free to do whatever you like. So that I like that answer. Now let's go to the cooling. This is the existing situation I have. I have exhaust fans bringing the air out from the room. Now remember that. Picture this with you. With me. You have a room, 10 by 10 by 10. So 10 by 10. That's exactly like this one. Look. 10 by 10 by 10. So you are having a 1,000 cubic air volume, right? Okay, so think about it. Each ASIC sucks out from that room 200 cubic feet per minute. 200. So you have 8 of them. How much you sucks out? How much?
1,600.
So 1,600, you created what? A thin air. You created a negative pressure room. No air for GPU to survive. You put GPU there, they will die. They will die. They will burn. You don't want to do that. So 1,600 CFM going out, you need to have something coming in. Fresh air from outside. And it has to be equivalent with what the ASIC is producing outside of that room. So it's going to be equal. So apparently I have a problem because I only have 600 CFM in, and that's provided by this filter fan. You see that filter fan? It's bringing air from outside, and those fans are dumping air outside the room of the 10 by 10 by 10 room. So I need to improve that one. That's the airflow failed for ASICs. So what's the correction? You have to make sure that it's equal or greater than that what ASIC is dumping air outside the room. So 1,800, it's okay. So you're gonna put 3 of them. You're gonna put 3 fans like this. That's fine. Next to each other, that's okay. So now you have a continuous flow, fresh air, to the outside, through the ASIC, to the outside, and that's what the ASIC is looking for, is they look at the airflow. They don't look at the air condition. It's not like the GPU. GPU, they look about the AC. How many BTU you have in your room? How many? 36?
36,000 plus 15,000.
Look how much money you pay just for those AC units. 12,000 BTU AC, you're gonna consume about 900 watts. 900 watts. So we're talking about, you gotta reserve 10 amps switch for that AC. So it's gonna withdraw your current. Whatever you have current in that board, you're gonna use that current to just for cooling. You're gonna sacrifice on that one. Okay, so when you look at the infrastructure, it's basic. Why you wanna go with, this is the question. I wanna ask everybody. You guys are in the crypto, maybe you're not, but maybe you are. Why did I choose the RU2 950, the LTE router? Why did I choose that? Okay, very good question. I love this. But by the way, I didn't introduce myself. I worked in the military all my life. So security is a big thing for the military hospitals, big thing. I have a PhD in computer engineering. I've done cryptography. My LinkedIn speaks for itself. But why did I choose RU2? Why did I choose LTE router? Why did I do that? Why didn't you bring Comcast? It's so much cheaper for me. Anybody?
More secure.
More secure. The wireless network of T-Mobile or any mobile company, they have a lot of security. So now you're gonna keep this headache out of your thinking. It's like, I have a more secure network. Hey, I pay more money, but guess what? I have more security. Good question. I love that topic. So why you need a 16-port Netgear switch? Because of course you're gonna connect all these devices, right? To that router.
Does he take an LT
So you
from his
need-
phone?
We have
No,
like
I don't
more,
get it.
more,
No.
more ASIC than we need
It's
to
an
connect.
LT router. Yeah.
Why do I need the 4-port ASIS? ASIS Wi-Fi router. It's in the workshop. I'm gonna do on staging before I go and bring it into the mining room to go and start putting it into operation. Monitor, keyboard, all this stuff. AC. Okay, and again, the AC is made for GPU miners. They're not made for ASICs. Intake filters are made mainly for ASICs. These are good places. Mining tools, I always use those websites. ASIC miner value. It tells you which ASIC manufacturer is the most profitable ones. So for example, this guy and miner, they came up with a ASIC miner B3, and this is how much power they consume. 360 watts is nothing. It's just like a desktop PC.
Is that the Byton? Is that Byton?
Huh?
Is that a Byton miner?
Yeah, that's what that. It's still Solidity.
Oh, I gotta get that one right there.
Yeah. So, how much it gives you per day? 196. This is the one I got. B29, I get 166 per day.
So
That's one of
that
the ASICs.
Antminer B3 I can plug into my apartment.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
That one would be a lot feasible.
Okay.
So it's not like about, oh, I want to buy ASIC, whatever. No, look at the manufacturer, look at how much power you're going to consume, and look at the benefit out of it. So this one is in ASICminervalue.com. By the way, I uploaded all this to you guys in the meetup, so you can take a look at the links and verify. And not only this, if you go to the website, if you go to opportunities, it will teach you which Antminer from which manufacturer is the most profitable one for you with the cheapest. Go ahead.
How long does it take me to get an Antminer? Like, I know it comes from China. How long is the lead time?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
If they ship it, 1 week.
Depends on the miner and the batch.
Sometimes it takes about 1 to 2 weeks. This is the way.
The newer ones
I
are
heard they were
faster.
overloaded.
Oh, yeah?
It takes like 4 months now.
No, if they said they're gonna ship it, like I bought this one. I bought.
Saying and doing is something else. Right?
Okay, it's not mentioned here, but the X3. The X3 is focused in an algorithm called Kryptonite. Kryptonite is one algorithm I would like to attain. So I bought that one. They said the release is going to be in May. They're going to distribute it in May. They said they just sent me an email. They said, okay, we ship the item. Usually it takes about a week.
And you gotta pay import tax.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
so
yeah.
exclusively from another country, I can't buy an Antminer right here. right? So it's like I have to pay import tax.
Yeah.
The weight.
If you want to buy it from here, you're gonna buy it with premium
Okay.
because people
Yeah.
are gonna sell it.
I've seen it for like $4,000.
You don't want to pay that.
Couple
They'll
hundred.
tell you on their website
You
when the
would
batches
rather wait.
And so it sometimes
It's
they'll
out
be
of
3 months
batteries,
out
that's why.
before they actually ship. Sometimes
I guess
they'll
I left
take
it
1
on.
week
10
out.
days, yeah.
Yeah, 10 days out.
So you put it in like a pre-order.
But if they don't ship it, then however long.
I'm gonna buy that Biden one.
Error.
How much is that Biden one?
Well, unless custom stops you, right?
Which one?
Custom
The
stops you.
A3, the B3 miner. How much is that?
B3 is good.
How much is it?
But you can't find it. It's sold
So
out.
how much is it though?
Yeah, but we can do the miner without the power supply.
2,000?
200.
Yeah.
Once you got a door stop.
Dang, I should have jumped on that.
If you buy one, they can ship it by
You
air.
buy it first, you make the good money. You buy it first. You have to be in that algorithm. Buy it first, make your money, break even. Whatever comes from that is good for you.
No. Okay. So I mean, okay.
Yeah, that one is good, but
300 some watts.
I
Okay.
missed that date. Remember that date?
Yeah.
Couldn't be able to buy it. There's too many people, too much demand to it.
Another question, will the apartment shut off my power and say that I'm utilizing too much power right here? And that now I'll have to move over to
No, as
another.
long as you're paying your
Commercial
bill.
and residential, this is a big, no?
As long as you're paying your bill at the end of the month,
Yeah.
you're okay. The only thing is the limitation you have from that panel in the residential, especially apartment, you only get 50 amps.
Not going to
It's
be
my house.
many of these.
Yeah. My house is 125 amps. How many in your house? How much amps in your house? 125. So it's pretty much standard. I mean,
All the ACs are 250, so you would have to ground an ASIC miner like a 250 AC thing. That costs a lot of money, no?
it does. It does.
What was the
So,
question?
If you have to get a 240 volt, 220 volt, you have to bring an electrician that comes to your house and then he puts that in there.
he's
That's
gonna
a lot
end
of
up
money.
changing your
But no
panel.
one's gonna touch 240 for no,
Yeah.
for nothing.
If you have 110, he's gonna end up changing all your volts.
Yeah.
And usually that panel does not accommodate the double. Because in 220, what he makes is 110 mix. So you're gonna have two switches just for 220, just to have a 220. And you're only getting 20 amps.
Or
So
you
you
should
have
have
two
220
breakers.
at your dryer or washing machine.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you want to set up a new 220 volt in your house, you would have to call out a specialist to put that connection in, right?
That's a minimal cost compared to the equipment.
Yeah, but the equipment also is coming from overseas, which is like, there's been a problem with the equipment coming from overseas because they have a monopoly over it. So if they decide to say no more equipment, you're done.
No, nobody will anything you do with your apartment is okay. The only thing is you have to look at one thing. My brother, he lives in an apartment in Florida. He couldn't be able to host his L3 plus, S9. So he sent it to me. He said, listen, I don't have the noise, the heat, the power. Okay, I never had an issue with the power, but I cannot take it. So he sent it to me. This is the whole idea what we're talking about. It's like apartment is gonna fail. You cannot have an operation of ASIC miner in an apartment. Forget it. It's you wasting your time. You're wasting your money. And then whenever you buy a miner, if you don't use it right there and right then, you're losing money every single day. So you have to make sure. That's why we talk about reliable revenue. ASICs are not reliable revenue. You have to keep that in mind. It's not reliable revenue. But there is a workaround.
Unless you make and supply it. That's right.
If you are a manufacturer. Yeah. That's your business model is different. But if you focus in algorithms, it's a different story. Because if I'm gonna mine cash coin, if Litecoin went to deep shit, your coin is script. So I could mine your coin. I could use my L3 Plus. Why? Because when I bought it, my intention was that ASIC is for script algorithm. It wasn't for Litecoin. It was for script algorithm. So that's why I keep the focus on algorithm. Diverse in algorithm, do not diverse in coins. This is another website called What to Mine. Everybody knows about it. What to Mine, you plug in the numbers, whether you have a GPU or ASIC, whether you have a GPU or ASIC, and it tells you what's the profitability you're gonna get every day, and how much power you're gonna pay. So it does that calculation for you. It does that calculation for you. So this is very important website. Very important. Is it miner value? And then you have the what to mine. Next. Simple mining. This is very good. Why? Because when I started mining, I said, what the hell? Those people in the cryptocurrency, they've been here for like Fibonacci, they've been here for years. How am I going to catch up with those people? The only time you could catch up with those people is to inherit their knowledge now. So I want to inherit their knowledge now. So what you're going to end up buying, I'm going to end up buying a miner from somebody who's going to offer it for this much money, and I bought the Excolo miner. How much I paid for the Excolo miner?
10,000?
$10,000. That's the price you're going to pay, just for knowledge. So you want to know how those people engineered that rig. So when you break it out to see how those people engineered that rig, you will find out that they use simplemining.net. Simple mining is very stable. You don't have to buy Linux, or you don't have to bring Windows and buy Microsoft Windows. No, just go and subscribe with them. They're going to go and get your miners up and running with their operating system and guarantee you operational 24/7. I never had an issue. I never restarted my miners since I installed their software operating system. Never restarted their miners. It's always working smooth. Yet when I had the Windows version, I had to restart it every day. Every day I had to restart the miner. And their platform, I never had to restart anything. And you could monitor it anywhere in the world. So that's an operating system for miners, by the way.
That's just for your GPUs.
That's for the GPU, yes. Also Miner. This is a good tool because also Miner is going to connect all your mining farm or mining room into one single software, where this miner is capable of switching coins for you within your ASIC to see which one is more profitable, and you could switch it on the fly from a center location. So let's say you have 100 ASIC miners. I could do it from this software. Switch everybody to one single coin. Why? Because that coin became profitable. This one doesn't. I love this guy. Valid1.com. Valid1.com, it tells you one thing. If you are a GPU miner guy, you need to look at the software that you want to run in your GPU rig. Plus, you want to know what every GPU produce for you in hash power, how much it can produce for you. And can I do overclocking or not? That's a different story. But it tells you everything with GPU. I use that one. I use this one. As a matter of fact, my first rig, I bought it from those people. I built it from those people. I bought the pieces, I put it together. These are the mining pool I use: /pool, SIA mining, Pro hashing, Luxor, which is I do the Decred, and Bitfly, which is the one for Ethermine for Ethereum. And then the maintenance and operation. Just make sure when you work in your room, just make sure that the flow of the air. Clean up the filter. Remove the dust out, because that's the biggest enemy in electronics, the dust. And watch out the temperature and humidity. So you need to install a sensor. This is a good place where you could bring the temp stick, put it in the room, and it will send you.
My Litecoin miners has a lot of dust right now.
Yeah, that's dangerous.
Do I blow it?
Yeah.
Or do I suck
buy,
it?
This one goes like, it goes like, I don't know how much.
I mean, do I vacuum it
How much
off, or
goes
I
like
just
this one?
spray that little?
20, 30, 40
That little-
bucks.
Vacuum.
How much for the duster? How much it costs?
That
For that?
Yeah, how much it costs to buy it?
$35.
$25,
Yeah.
something like that. It's not expensive. So what you need to, just to buy it, $25, blow it.
Or get a napkin and wipe it off.
No, that's not enough. You need
No?
to go and blow the air out.
Oh, okay,
Blow
okay.
all the dust out.
Oh,
Because I've
okay.
seen your M3 Plus,
Yeah.
it's full of dust.
It's full of dust, so
And-
it's,
and because of the
does that
color.
mean it's running slower?
A trans thrower is gonna heat
Oh, okay,
more,
okay.
it's gonna consume more power.
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
No
so you
wonder.
need- you need to
Okay, no
maintain.
wonder. Yeah.
Like
Okay.
once a month. That's it. But they usually cost
No, my electric bill has started going up.
going up. You need to
Yeah,
clean it
it's going up
because-
like $20,
because
$30
overheat.
more.
As soon as it overheats, it consume more
Yeah,
amperage.
okay.
It's gonna consume more power.
I see.
Okay, this is what we're gonna do, guys. This is very important because I'm here. I'm here in the prototype stage. This is my room here. We're gonna move into proof of concept containers. Containers. Think about my room, 10 by 10 by 10, as a container, 20 by 8 by 8. Except I could double the amount of ASICs within one single container. That's the POC. The farm is gonna look something like this. It's gonna be like 20-foot container on top of another 20-foot container. This is about 5 cabinets of ASICs, same as the one I showed you guys. Each one has not 8, 10. So you're gonna have 50. So you have 100. So what you see here is 100.
That's just two 20-foot containers?
Yeah,
Where do you
20
put these containers?
by 8 by 8. Huh?
Where does the containers go?
Huh?
Where are you gonna put the containers?
In the land.
In the where?
In the land.
In the land where?
Empty land. In the middle of nowhere. We decided in
In the United
Livingston.
States?
In Texas. That's why we call it Texas
What's commercial?
Mining Club.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do, he already saw the land, Juan. So we have the land, but this is what we're gonna do with the land. It's not only the container that you could stack out and build ASICs out of it, it's also about the power. We're gonna build the solar panels. That's what we choose because Houston, full of sun. So, insulated container, double container, build a farm, and build a pool. This is very important. People they say, okay, so you build those ASIC, you're gonna rent it for people. Everybody bring your own beer. What's that one? Bring your own miner. BYOM.
Yeah.
Bring your own miner. So bring your own miner is not really enough. You want to build a pool because what we want to create is a community that we have a pool and not controlled by Wall Street people. You don't want Wall Street people to control it. You don't want Ant Pool in China to control it. You want the people to control people's money. Go ahead.
One question would be that, like, what about the security?